In recent years, what do GameStock, AMC Entertainment, Tesla, and Alibaba have in common? Well, they have all experienced a trading phenomenon called a short squeeze, which is basically a rapid rally of a stock's price perpetuated by short sellers deciding to cut their losses and exit their positions. Hello everyone, my name is Kieran King, and today we're going to be talking about what a short squeeze is, how it works, why it happens, and touch on some well-known examples over the last couple of years. Before I begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button. So, the short squeeze. First, we need to know what shorting or shorting stock is. So we're going to go through a little example. So here we have Rodney, and Rodney thinks that the price of Tesla is going to go down in the future. He goes to a broker and borrows one share of Tesla, which is trading at a market price of say $600 a share. He has now incurred a debt to that broker and needs to pay the broker back an interest payment of say $5 a month, plus the one share of Tesla that he's borrowed in say 3 months' time. So in total, he needs to give the broker back $15 plus one share in Tesla in 3 months. So he borrows this share and then he sells it immediately in the open market for $600 because that's what it's worth currently. Now let's say Rodney's prediction is right and the price of Tesla drops to say $500 a share in 3 months' time. Rodney can now buy back that share for $500 and then give that share back to the broker. Because Rodney has bought the share back for less than he sold it for, he has made a profit of $100. Then if we minus his interest payments of $5 a month for 3 months, this comes to a net profit for Rodney of about $85. Rodney in this scenario is known as a short seller. He is essentially betting that a stock will go down in value in order to make a profit out of it. He borrows a share, sells it in the open market, attempts to buy it back later at a lower price, give the share back to the lender, and then make the difference. So what happens in a squeeze? Let's take the same scenario, but instead of a stock dropping in value, it rises in value. Tesla rises to say $700 a share, but it does it rapidly, like in the space of a week or so, in the event of good news, good earnings, or something like that. Rodney sees this sharp increase in price and now is panicking. So now what he attempts to do is buy back the Tesla share before the price rises any further. So he buys the Tesla share back and pays $700 for it. This means his effective loss is $100 plus the interest payments that he owes the borrower, making his net loss about $115. Now the squeeze occurs when not just Rodney but thousands of other short sellers panic and do exactly the same thing. Lots of these short sellers buying back the stock creates more demand for the stock. For those who look at supply-demand dynamics, we know that more demand compared to supply increases the price of a stock. As a stock price increases, this leads to even more short sellers jumping on the bandwagon and buying back their positions, creating a vicious circle. And what this does is essentially just push the price up higher and higher. The stock's price has been metaphorically squeezed at the bottom like a balloon, forcing the price to rise. And this is exactly what happened with a stock like GameStock, the video game retailer, at the beginning of 2021. Lots of big hedge funds essentially betted against the stock due to competition, the onset of COVID-19, reduced in-person shopping, etc. So they said, let's short this stock. A crowd of retail investors, however, thought that GameStock was undervalued and started buying stocks, and more importantly, started buying call options against those stocks. This, coupled with other factors such as the sort of mindset rebellion against Wall Street hedge funds, caused a lot of retail investors to jump on the bandwagon and drive up its price. This forced a lot of big hedge funds to then buy back their positions in order to cut their losses whilst this stock rallied. And with all these massive positions being closed, all it did was create that feedback loop that we saw before and drive up its price. Now, although not a daily or frequent occurrence, short squeezes can have massive marks on the market, and it can happen out of the blue with something as simple as a positive news story, a company beating earnings, or even Elon Musk tweeting about it. You name it, lots of things can affect the stock price as we've seen. And so that, my friends, in a nutshell, is what the short squeeze is. If you learned something and enjoyed the content and want to learn more, please do hit that like and subscribe button. Take care everyone, and I'll see you all soon.